Hey everybody, Dionne here with the Turquoise Iris, and I left off the other day right here, and we're gonna pick it right back up today. So thanks for being here. It's Wednesday, shortly after, I don't know, close to 3:30, I believe, on December 5th. If you're just catching the replay, type that out for me so I know that you guys are viewing the replay. But if you're live here with me today, feel free to ask questions as I go along. I'm gonna finish up this bouquet probably while you guys are watching, and then we may actually, I don't know, we may actually add in some little fine touches tomorrow. But I'm gonna get out my DIY paint. This is again like where I left off the other day, and I wanna come in and add some more layers and texture to our petals. And this is one I'm gonna be giving away Friday night at my Friday night live party that Q and I are doing. So let's get started right off the bat. So I'm gonna grab all my DIY paint. The reason that I finger paint with DIY paint is because it's a clay base, it's all natural, so I don't have any problem. Hey Josie, she's here, awesome. She's, I don't have any problem with it getting on my fingers. It doesn't stain, it will wash off really easily. So I'm gonna come back in. I've worked on the petals. Guys, this is just basically the background. I'm getting ready to load the canvas full of the next layer of color, okay? So we've got a lot of details that we need to, fine tune it just a little bit. So I'm gonna come in with some petticoat pink, and I'm gonna first dampen the canvas just a little bit to reactivate. I really like when the colors blend. So I'm just lightly misting this. Petticoat pink is our soft baby pink. Man, you're busy. I was just listening to the sales call, which I missed earlier. Oh, Cindy, yes, I am, and I actually had an appointment just now, so I ran and did that, and I'm back for this. And tonight is a super busy evening. I've got to get the last few details ready for the party, and Holden has a basketball game tomorrow, so today I want to make sure everything is good to go for the party. Raylyn says she's packing. Make sure you bring a heavy, heavy coat, Raylyn. We've got cool, cold temps here this weekend. So I'm coming in with my petticoat pink, adding some lightness to my petals. Yeah, so this weekend's gonna be a lot of fun. But this is a painting that I'm going to be giving away. We're going to draw names. We've got a ton of prizes coming. Josie's bringing some brushes to draw. Oh, so we're going to draw some names and give away. The colorist concept, she sent some brush ups that we're going to give away. And gosh, we just have so much stuff. Hazel's Laundry, they are the ones that provided our shirts that say Friday night. Oh, thanks, Josie. Our shirts, and then they've also donated some that we're going to be drawing names for and giving away. The Frosted Cactus is making our cookies. I told her to surprise me. I trust her totally. Miss Megan, she works at Reclaim Warehouse, and she makes the most, brushes, soap, and an apron. Josie's hooking you guys up that are coming to the party. So they're calling for a little bit of rain and possible sleet, so you guys just take your time getting here. Usually, from what I've learned, is they play it up to be a lot worse than it is. I'm not gonna lie, that's just kind of typical media, isn't it? Not knocking the media, but they're definitely guilty of playing it up just a little bit bigger than what it ends up being. Okay, so we're just kind of adding this in here. I want to, while that's still wet, I'm going to come in with some red, which I think, oh, I forgot there's a pup right here beside me. Miss Abby is here. I'm like, what is hitting my foot? Hi, Leah. Hello, I'm glad you guys can join me. I'm gonna grab red, this is Carnival Red. I'm gonna add a little bit of darkness inside my flowers. I'm gonna do it towards the middle, as if the flower was deeper in the middle. Have you ever really stared at a flower, guys? Like, have you really gone and looked at a zinnia or a Cosmo? Like, oh God, even a rose. I mean, have you really just looked at them? No, don't you bark, young lady. Nobody has time to listen to you barking. There is just so many color variances inside of a flower. So just add a little bit if you can, a little bit of texture. One thing I will give you a tip, if you ever want to try this, I like to have a little bit of my color dripping, but don't drip your red. It doesn't really come across on the screen or in photos very attractive when you drip red or dark pink. That's just a little tip, that's all I'm saying. So put a little red there in the center of each pink flower. So we want to give it almost a 3D color, a 3D look, right? So we're adding different colors and having the petals reflect light and such. So we're gonna add some copper here in a few moments too. Danae, hi. I did after you said to one time. It's inspiring. Awesome. I'm thrilled to hear that. So now I want some, in the background I want some wispy things, as if these were like some really bold wispy flowers. And we're gonna go with Queen Bee, which is our yellow for DIY. Hi Cindy. So glad y'all are here. This week is moving fast. That's all I can say. Like, it is trucking along. Put some yellows in here. I'm kind of just using the tip of my finger too. And sometimes, a lot of times if I want it skinnier, I use the side of my finger, almost my fingernail. And I love when the colors like this. This is blending the red and the yellow. They're touching each other and they're mixing. Just kind of want like, woo, that's coming through there and that's coming through here. Okay. There's no rhyme or reason. You know, I mean, the most beautiful floral arrangements, in my opinion, are the ones that have, they're a little off, like they're a little heavy on one side in one color and then they're heavier in the other. And so I'm going to come in with some mermaid tail here in a minute and pile it up on one side, and then the other side I'm going to have more white. And so it's not necessarily balanced, but it looks like it was definitely arranged with some style and design. Okay. And I'll do a little yellow out here. Just gonna let a little bit of it drop down here, and then I'm gonna spray it. Still gotta fill in my base too. The yellow also looks really pretty if you highlight a few of the petals, you know, as if it, you know, just if you can give any of your petals a little bit, gosh, right now they have 4 colors on them, just to give it more dimension, right? A little bit more texture. I'm basically just cleaning off my finger right now as I'm just kind of rubbing over it. Okay, that'll work for me. That'll work really nice. Hi Dre, nice to see you, dear. So I'm gonna come in with my I'm going to do white, and then I'm going to do the mermaid tail. Okay, so I'm going to do some of the white heavier in a different type of flower, and it's going to just kind of almost like a tulip design. It's going to just kind of flop over. This is the style I was trying to teach Matt to do the other day when we were on our live. He did a really good job. His flowers actually turned out pretty good. The blue ones, I was really impressed, to be honest with you. And I did tell him he did a really good job. Of course, he's just asked me like 14 times, did I win? Did they vote for me? Did I win? Sure, you won. Ugh. Right? I'm totally teasing. How did you get started doing finger painting? Laura, that's an awesome question. I was challenged on a Friday Night Live by Quita. Quita Allen from All Shaved Out. she said, let's actually finger paint. Or maybe it was my idea. I don't remember, but we were going to do it for Friday Night Live. So she said, do a dark background. So I was like, okay. So we painted our paintings black, and we just started. And the painting turned out so good. It actually sold that night to Josie, who is here, and she is the owner of Paint Pixie. She actually bought it, and then I did a few more after that, and it was like they sold immediately, and I loved doing it. So then I had a piece of furniture that I had painted black, and Debbie Beard, who's the owner of DIY Paint, she goes, why don't you paint those flowers on that piece of furniture? And I went, I can't do that. 20 minutes later, I am out here painting on that piece of furniture, and I went live and actually recorded it. And it's on YouTube right now of me painting for the first time some bouquets on there. And so, yeah, it was totally by accident. And then the more I've just kept doing it. I've done it on armoires, and I've had series after series of canvases where I've just been doing this. And it has a certain whimsical but organic feel about it that I think people really, really like. I'm gonna continue to work on it further. I have a few ideas on what I can do to really up my finger painting game, but it's by total chance, and I don't mind touching. Like, I don't have to. If I were using acrylic, I'd have to wear gloves, and that's fine too. But that's just, I really enjoy just literally going in the paint. I'm kind of one of those, like when I plant flowers, I don't wear the gloves either. I need to feel the dirt. It really helps the design, in my opinion. Okay, so I wanted some white there. Just kind of doing like a tulip flower that really hasn't bloomed just yet. Put that there. That. So I'm planning on an online class where we're going to do this, you guys. So if you're interested in taking an online class where you can be in your own home, I have that scheduled for the first week of February. And then I have an in-person class in January 19th, that I'm going to do at Reclaimed Warehouse. So that's a new date that I wanted to announce. And we're going to learn how to do that pink and red buffet that I did, where I did the red roses with the transfer. We're going to do that, and I'm going to do it for you in person at Reclaim Warehouse on January 19th. So tickets will be available for that later today, as long as I get that up on my website. Your quantity space is limited, but those tickets will be available for that class. So anybody wants to learn how to do that technique can come see me January 19th. And then I'm going to do a class for this style, this technique, for canvas painting or furniture painting, or wherever you can put it on anything, really, right? We're going to do that the first week of February, probably February 3rd or 4th. I'm not sure. I have to look at the calendar. So if you're interested in that, comment below and I'll get you the information for it. Just want some fun. And then we're going to add another color to these tulips. I'm letting that set up just a little bit. That white color is a creamy white. It's crinoline. Crinoline is the name of it. You know I love that piece. Thanks, Tracy. And then we'll do, I think we'll put a little light blue inside those tulips. And so I'm gonna make it the mermaid a little bit heavier on this side, just because I don't want it to look like it's perfect on both sides. Like, I just can't handle that. That's just not necessary. And then we're gonna have some tall ones coming up here. I'm gonna spritz it. that moving. Get that moving. Okay, perfect. Okay. Hi, Wendy. Good to see ya. Good to see you on Friday, too. You need to bring your coat, too, sister. Okay, so now I'm going to grab... Actually, you know, I think instead of the light blue, I'm going to do the orange. I'm going to do the orange, and I'm going to add a little bit of that inside those tulips that I just did. So I'm just going to kind of slightly add just a little flare there in the center of each white tulip. So we're gonna go like that with the orange, unless you have too much mermaid tail on your finger, then you didn't get to do that. There we go. Yes. Yes. Yes, girl. It's okay to say that out loud, right? When you're like, yes, girl. Yay! Yay, guys. All right, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of here and a little bit there. I'm gonna highlight these petals. Highlight some petals. I'm using the side of my finger for that as well, okay? Just FYI, using the side. So it can be a little bit skinnier. It's wet here, so it's just totally blending in. I'm gonna have a few orange splatters over here because I can. And that's the best answer I have for you. Why you do that? Because I can. Because I can. Hi, Funky Butterfly, Renee. So I'm sitting back and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking I'm gonna work on the gold base right now while this all sets up a little bit. I'm gonna need a few little black dots here and there. And then I'm gonna come in with some copper, and I'm gonna put the copper in the bouquet and really just kind of let it drip and drain down. So that's the plan. What do you think? Golden ticket first. I'm gonna have a little bit more of this vase filled in here. You guys, thanks for sharing these videos. I so appreciate it, and I have the best time when you guys are here painting with me. It's like all of a sudden I get a painting done. Oh, gosh, thank you, Laura. Let me just bang this on the ground. Matt says, why don't you just clean it off before you put the lid back on? Well, who thinks of that when you're in a hurry or when you're painting? I don't think of cleaning. I just don't. Because he always comes in behind me and cleans up after me. There's nothing perfect about it. I have no desire for it to look perfect. I want this to have texture to this round vase. I'm gonna add a little black to highlight it in just a second. I did my Dionne painting today. That's awesome. Karen is interested in the online class. Great. I will have that information posted hopefully in the next couple of days. It'll probably be February 3rd, and the tickets and registration will be available on the turquoiseiris.com. Tracy, go for it. Go for it. I hate that you're at that angle. You're kind of at a, I don't know, kind of at a weird angle, but we'll get it figured out in a minute. Okay, and have that drip a little bit. I'm gonna find my black velvet and we're gonna do a little bit of highlighting. I'm just gonna kind of frame out up this vase just a little bit. Certainly nothing perfect about it. I'm also going to use the black to make centers of some of the flowers. Okay, so I'm going to just dip the very tip in some of these flowers. It just makes them look a little more authentic. You know what I mean? Very gently, and a little off center, like not right in the center. You don't want anything to look too perfect. Just lightly dab it. Highlight some of the stems. Just add a little bit of dark in here. Because you can. Because you can. That's why. Very lightly tapping them. We're getting there. Dionne, I sent you an email with my first attempt. Oh, good. Thank you. Put a little black down here. Put a little down here. There's some shadowing. This is going good. This is going good. Add a little more black over here because I want to. Grab the copper here in just a second. So class is available January 19th and February 3rd. Those tickets will be available today if I can get around to getting them and have the time to do all of the things that need to happen with that. But I do have those on my calendar. Okay, so I'm standing back and looking at it, and I need to give you guys a better look. And I want to add some copper. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. So you can see that it's a little off center and some petals are kind of falling. But I like having the light background, not too cluttered on this piece, just real focused in on the bouquet, which to me looks like a happy celebratory bouquet. So I'm going to grab my copper. Copper is what I've made. Doing this flower painting. Yes, February 3rd, I think I'm going to do an online class, and we're going to finger paint some florals for anybody interested. January 19th, we are going to do the pink buffet. I'm going to do the pink and red finish where we added a transfer to it, and I'm going to show you guys how I did that. And that'll be the in-person class January 19th. Okay, so copper is the golden ticket mixed with just a little bit of marquee, and I'm going to just start throwing that up in here in a few areas. Okay, I'm going to lightly spritz it so wet. Get it running. When this dries, it's a lot lighter and it's much more of a metallic rather than what you see right now from the camera. It probably looks like it's red and it's dripping. It does not look like that in person, and it also doesn't look like that way when it dries. Just FYI, because I just told you not to drip red. It doesn't look very. Okay, sorry. Okay. So what I don't like is that the red or the copper is right here so heavily, but like I said, it's going to dry so much lighter and it's going to look more like a metallic. But I'm going to go ahead and spritz from here underneath it down so it cleans it up just a little bit. Okay, does that make sense? So from this metallic, I'm going to spray underneath it and let it just go ahead and wash all the way down so the drips aren't so visible. And then I'm at that point where the whole canvas is wet, and so the bouquet is wet. I need to step back and let it completely dry, and then I will come in with the final touches that really give it a 3D look to pop off of the canvas. Okay, I'm letting more of the metallic come down. And then I'm going to wash all of that away because I don't really want all those drips all the way down. But what it's doing, which is beautiful, I use Big Top to seal all of my paintings, Debbie. It's leaving a metallic drip, but you can't really see the color, but it's leaving metallic all over the painting, which I find just stunning, personally. I love that. Okay, so what I need to come back in with is a little bit more black. I can tell that right now. I need a little bit more defining. Okay, just a few areas there. So what I'm gonna do is let you guys run, and I gotta let this dry, and I'll probably come back to it later this evening and continue to add just the final touches that you probably couldn't tell from here, but we can definitely, you know, see it in person, and I want it to really have that wow, that really pop factor. So thanks for joining me, you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow for day 67 of my 90-day Facebook Live challenge that I challenged myself. So if anybody has any questions about the class dates that I just announced, feel free to comment here in the thread and message me or tag me, and I'll give you more information on that as well. Thanks you all, and have a wonderful afternoon.